안녕하세요. Guys, it's Wits. There are a lot of guns in this game that used to be very hard to get, but now they are fairly easy to get. For instance, the Peacemaker. And this gun used to be very, very challenging to get, but nowadays it is a lot easier to get it. So I would highly encourage you to take the time and just go and get it. Now you want to see how easy it is to get it? So take a look at this. Now, the grind for this, if you have Serena, it's going to be easier. But you do not need to have Serena. So when I go by myself, I can take 5 seconds to get it done. And sometimes 4 seconds. But it's fast with Serena. However, if you don't have Serena, just go into the public lobby. You can just go into a public lobby. And there either going to be some Serena there, or there are a lot of people. Serena is not the only character that can farm this weapon. So don't be afraid to go in there. If you are a new player and you're wondering what the hell do you need this weapon for, well, this weapon is good for a lot of Descendant in the game. As the best example that I can give you as far as Descendant that can benefit from this weapon, let's take Jaber for instance. This guy used to not be popular, but nowadays he is very strong, he's very popular. And if you use Peacemaker with him, you can just go and farm Stormhanger with him very easily because of the stat stick. This weapon is not a weapon that you are going to use to do damage to enemies. It's just a stat stick. However, you can, if you want, to build it for damage. But I'm going to show you what I have. This is not a build video, so just in case you are wondering. But you can just go on YouTube and find out anybody that build this weapon to do damage and then just put a build together. But this is how I'm using mine. And I'm not using it for doing damage to enemies, just for the stat stick. So talking about stat stick, if you're a new player, you might be wondering what the hell is that? But in the community, we consider stat stick as weapons that you use for their bonus, a passive bonus. So for instance, with this weapon, and if we go to the details and you go to the unique ability, you can see that it says when using a dimension or fusion skill, grants the unique ability single reload full piece. But this is not what people are using this weapon for. They are using it for the bottom part. If you look at the bottom part right here, you can see what it says. Non-attribute skill power give you 5%. And then non-attribute skill power per stack, 9.5%. So if you have a Descendant that is non-attribute Descendant, just like Jaber, then you are going to be able to take advantage of this passive bonus. So all you got to do is just hold the weapon in your hand while your skills are doing the work. So that's why people use this weapon most likely. But again, like I said before, you can use it to do big damage if you build for it. So if you convinced that you need to get this weapon, then this is how you do it. Just open the map and then just go here. And then you're going to go to hard intercept battle. And then all the way on the bottom right, you can see this guy right here. It's Gluttony. Like I said, you can go use whatever character that you think that is strong, like Serena, or you can just go in the public lobby and then just get the parts. Now, I'm not going to say it is 100% drop rate, but I can say, based on my experience, around the 90-some% drop rate, it's there, because there was never a time that I did not get a piece in this new season, at least right now in my experience. Now, again, everything in this game is RNG, but I think the likelihood of you getting parts for this weapon is going to be very high. Now, another way that you can get parts for this weapon is when ETA comes into town. So every Friday, he comes to town and he leaves on Monday morning for the United States. So if you go to this guy right here and you can see that he will be selling weapon parts. And then sometime the weapon parts that he's selling is for the Peacemaker. So this time around, he's selling for this one right here. So always check. So like right now, he's selling for these weapons part. Well, you can always check and see if he's selling it for the Peacemaker. You can also check this right here. Just always check ETA and see if he's selling weapon parts and if the Peacemaker is one of those weapon parts that he's selling. In the beginning, the first time I had this weapon, I had to come to ETA to get at least 1 or 2 parts. And then I keep checking, and then I got a few parts from him. Now, I'm telling you, if you farm this weapon, you'll get a lot of parts for it. So if I go to research right here, and then go to weapon, and then if I go down, and then if I click on this right here, you can see that I have a lot of parts for it. And especially for the blueprint, one time I had like 15 of those things. So after I built the weapon with all 4 copies, then this is what I end up with. I even sold a few blueprints to ETA because I had so many of them. So just go out there and farm these parts. It will be beneficial for you, not only for Jaber, but for a lot of other skill descendants that use non-attribute. Anyway, that's all we have. Hopefully this helps you out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.